Hello again. So today I have a book order that came in from Amazon, and I am so excited to go through these books and show you what all I got. First of all, if you follow any of my channels, and you know that in my last Amazon book order I got these little interactive journals, and I'm completely obsessed with them. I'm loving this journal. And I have the other one is Start Where You Are, but these things are amazing, and I'm completely obsessed with them now. And so the biggest chunk of this book order is going to be interactive journals, but some of them are really neat because some of them are specifically designed for just like one certain thing that you'll see. Let's get right into this. So the first book I got is called the SelfEsteem Workbook for Women. Now, that's an area that I need to work in a lot. And I got one of these. It's actually it really is a workbook, and it has, like, if you can see, like pages to go through, like positive self-talk and just different things to go through. I got the self-confidence one a while back, and I really like it, and so I thought the self-esteem one would be a great addition to go along with that, and it's going to help me with my ultimate goal in life. Like, for 10 years my main goal was move to the Gulf of Mexico, right? So for the last year, I have lived in the Gulf of Mexico. So yay, here's to achieving a goal, a big dream. But I actually have a bigger dream than that. Like, I have this crazy dream that one day, well, this all started, let me go back. This all started years ago, like even before I fell in love with the Gulf of Mexico and wanted to move here. Brianna, my daughter, and I were watching, she found this video on YouTube where these two guys, they're pretty silly, but the big thing was my bro rode the jet skis in Cabo. And we become obsessed with that video. And so for years, we would say that all the time, like, my bro rode the jet skis in Cabo. So out of that video, I developed a curiosity, like, what is Cabo? So I looked up and found Cabo San Lucas. And it's on the Pacific. It's the very tip bottom of Baja, California, Mexico. Because Cabo San Lucas is Mexico. But, oh my gosh, if you've never seen Cabo San Lucas, pause the video and go look it up right now. Like, the Pacific Ocean is unbelievable. Lover's Beach. I mean, it's perfect. So I come up with this idea that I was going to move to Cabo San Lucas, apply for my Mexican residency, then become the president of Mexico. You know, it seemed like a legitimate enough dream. So I'm going to use this workbook to develop the self-confidence I need to run a country, and then eventually the world. Moving on. The next book I got is called Our Bucket List Adventures. And this is a journal for couples. And I'm so excited about using this one. Like, Henry's like, yay, great. One more thing you've got me to do. Oh, so it starts out with, there's like 115. The first few pages are like 115 suggestions of things for couples to do. And there's some things that we've already done that we're probably not ever going to do again. In all honesty, like, there's one suggestion that says, rent a beach house for the summer. Okay, we just rented an apartment in a beach town for an entire year. Pretty sure Henry's never moving back down here for a summer. And then some things that we're probably never going to do, like this one says go scuba diving. Well, I can't swim, and Henry swims like a lead bullet, so I'm pretty sure scuba diving is out of the question. This one says adopt a child. That's not something we're interested in. We got 3 grandbabies. We're happy with that. But here's one that says spend New Year's in Times Square. Now that's something that would be nice to do. Play paintball. I could totally see us doing that. But there's this like suggestions. And then it's a section where you go in and write your own bucket list. Like travel within the country, travel outside of the country, beaches, lakes, natural springs that you want to see. Because we've lived in Florida a year and Henry is still not gone to Clearwater Beach. And that's like the only beach he's ever really mentioned that he wanted to go to. It's only 2 hours away from us and we haven't gone there yet. So that's still on the bucket list. And Bree and I rode down to Key West, but we tried to do the Keys in a day and that was... Okay, it's a 5-hour trip and we spent about 5 hours at the beach while we were there. Not in Key West, but at... And I'm not even going to try to butcher the name of that state park, but it's off Big Pine Key. So we spent like 5 hours at that beach before we drove into Key West and we didn't have time to do anything. So going back to Key West is on the bucket list for sure. So you have a space to put all your bucket list things. And then there's like an area where you put like which your bucket list is and what page it's on. Because at the back of it, or the whole rest of the book is like you put like what was your bucket list item, what date you completed it, your memories. So it's kind of like a little journal about what did you do there. And then a few little questions that prompt your journaling, like what was your favorite part of it? What was your least favorite part of it? What would you do different if you went back? And then there is a space for some pictures. So it's like a little memory book journal. And so I'm excited about that. And so when I get back to Georgia and Henry and I are finally reunited, we're going to start working on that book. This next little book reminds me of one of those little pocket testament books. Like they used to hand these out in school, but I don't think they're allowed to do that anymore. But it's just a tiny little, like, look at this, like the tiniest little book. It's so cute. And I'm going to have to pause the camera. The UPS man is here. Okay, that was close. I have one book in my order that was still showing out for delivery, and I'm on a ground floor in the front, and I'm sitting in front of the window, and the UPS man like looked in like, you weirdo. So I had to hit pause and jump up and act like I was doing some important stuff till he came knock on the door, and then I act like, oh, I was busy doing important things. Thanks for bringing my book. I'm so awkward. Anyway, back to my little pocket testament book. Now this is a great little journal that I'm excited about. Now it's going to take forever to do this journal, but it's going to be so worth it because it's like a little memory journal. But let me tell you what it is. It's a 5-year memory journal. Seriously, I haven't written in it yet. Honestly, the books just came today. So, like, for instance, if you can see this, is January 1. So the days are on there, you know, like February 20th, December 9th. But it's like, the years aren't marked. So it's like 2000, what? 20 what? So, like, I will put, well, obviously, I won't put January of 2019, but 2020, and then 21, 22, 23, and 24. So you go in and write like your memory, like something that you did that day that was special, or something that happened that day that you really enjoyed, or just kind of like, I guess, like your, you know, reflective thought of the day. And then each year you go back in on that same day and write it in, and then you can kind of look back like over the past 5 years and like say, you know, like, wow, look how my life has changed. You know, if you're like me, because this time last year I was packing up everything I owned to move to South Florida, And then this time this year, I'm packing up everything I own to move back to Georgia. So you can say, wow, look how much my life has changed in a year. Or you could, you know, be normal people and just not move every year. And then you can be like, wow, you know, like, look how much I have to look forward to every year, because, you know, on this day, this happens and we go to this place. Like, you know, I don't know, but it's just cute and I want to try it out. My next one is called, this is the one that just got delivered, and it's called Burn After Writing. And I got to read this to you because this is what totally sold me on this book. And it says, Tumblr, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, texting, Snapchat, and YouTube. The world has become one giant confessional. Like, can I get an amen on that? It's, okay. In a reversal of this trend, Burn After Writing encourages you to share nothing. Okay? With its incisive questions and thought experiments, this private journal challenges you to play a game of truth or dare with yourself. Push your limits, reflect on your past, present, and future, and create a secret book that's all about you and just for you. And when you finished it, toss it, hide it, or burn it after writing. And it's got like things in there like 3 things getting on my nerves right now. I guess that's why you hide it, because, you know, sometimes that could be people that get on your nerves, and you might not want them to know that. If a genie granted me 3 wishes, what would it be? My top 5 celebrities. I am sick to death of hearing about. If no one was watching, I would. My future in 3 words. So this is going to be so cute. And of course, every one of these books that I got, I'm going to put a link to them in the description box. So if you want to check them all out for yourself. And a side note, back to pausing for the UPS guy. I figured out that my camera will actually overheat anyway. So I got to be mindful about taking breaks with it anyway. So my next one is a book that I got for me, but it's eventually going to go to my granddaughters. Well, all my grandchildren, but Will is just a baby. I don't even think about him reading yet, but it's called The Book of Me, a do-it-yourself memoir. And this is what you do. Record your life story in these guided pages, discovering hidden aspects of yourself while preserving memories for prosperity. So I started writing in the beginning of this because basically it was like, who was I named after? Who picked out my name? When was I born? And then you just start writing like your personal story. It's like in the beginning, my life as a personal history. Describe your first kiss. Ooh. Describe your first date. Describe your first job. And then all in the family is like, what was your mother's maiden name? Talk about your mother, talk about your father, talk about your siblings, favorite aunts, uncles, and then all about me, places I've gone to, addresses I've lived at. I don't think there's enough space to fill that in. Oh my gosh, just what did you learn about the value of money from your family? When have you been stingy? When have you been generous? How much do you pay for gas? I mean, like, that's like weird things. Like, it seems crazy like right now, like, okay, how much do I pay for a gallon of gas? But when Kinley and Eliana are older and they're driving and they look back and read this book, they might be like, dang, gas was cheap then. Because like if we think about now, like in my lifetime, because I am 50, but in my lifetime, gas was like 99 cents a gallon. It was actually less than 99 cents a gallon, but I wasn't driving then. But 99 cents a gallon. And now we pay like $3 a gallon for it. And it's like, people talk about back when gas was 99 cents a gallon. So who knows what it'll be by the time them girls are driving. And then let's see, am I my mother or my father? Do I look like either one of my parents? Do I act like one of my parents? And then just a retrospective, write some notes to yourself. And then what core values? Describe the best day in your life. Personal trivia. So this is just going to be so cute. So I'm going to fill this out and then I'm going to give that to the girls. The next one is a wreck this journal. Now, the first time I ever found one of these, I knew I had to have one. And the purpose is you go through and wreck this whole journal and then you tape it up. I don't know if you can see, there's a space, a to and a from. You mail it to yourself. And there's like crazy thing, like climb up high and drop the journal. Place sticky things like gum and syrup and honey and glue it together. It's crazy. Drip something on this page like paint. Scribble wild using borrowed pens. I mean, it's just crazy, really weird things to do. But I've heard of these journals, and I've always wanted one. So now I have one. Look, collect your pocket lint and glue it here. I mean, there's the most crazy, random things. Draw with glue. Document a boring event in detail. I mean, like this, write with your left hand. Is that supposed to be a joke for us southpaws? Because there's no challenge in writing with your left hand when you're left-handed. Okay. Here's a space for negative comments. Like you just write all these negative comments down. But anyway, they were just delivered today and I just got off work at 6 o'clock. So I opened the box and I can't really wait to dig into all these and like just really like get my hands dirty. But, oh, these two right here go together. So I got to show you these two next, I guess. Okay, so this is probably the actual only book that I got that's like a real book to read. And it's called Atomic Habits. Now, I have had this book come up in a lot of lists because I'm always following a lot of lists of like top books to read, like, you know, just like the best books list. And this has come up on several lists, so I got it. And I thought it would be great. It's a proven way to break not break good habits. You want to break bad habits and build good habits. And I thought it'd be a great little compliment to this book right here that I have. And it's called My 66-Day Habit Challenge. Now, we always like put our goals and our, you know, our little trackers and stuff in our planners. And that's great and well and good. I do that myself. But I've been like tracking myself like mentally and just kind of like monitoring myself. And I know that the area that I fall off on the most is with my fitness and working out. Like I was working out for 2 hours a day for like almost 3 months. And it's like you skip one day, then you've skipped a week. Then I've skipped a month. Now I've skipped a little over a month. So I thought, you know, really working out is like the habit that I need to really work on. So this little book is just going to be like mainly focused on nothing but working out. And it tells right here, and it's so cool because I've actually read this. I've actually been seeing a lot of like, I don't know, like a lot of data on this, a lot of resource on this. And it says that, you know, You probably heard that it takes 21 days to make a habit. But now there's a lot of research and studies coming out that shows that it takes longer than 21 days. And this says that it takes at least 2 months to form a new habit. Now, I've heard anywhere from 2 months to up to 10 months. But if you think about it, think of however old you are at this point in your life and the habits that you have that maybe you want to change, like maybe they're habits that you don't want to keep, your bad habits. Well, you didn't get them overnight, and most of them didn't happen in 3 weeks. So you're not going to get new habits and break old habits in 3 weeks, and probably not even in 2 months, but I'm going to work on them for this. So anyway, what this starts out is you just, if you can see, there's like a section for your goal and why. Why is that your goal? Your habits and your triggers. And then it's broke down by the week. So each week is the week's focused. What are you grateful or excited about? And then it's got a little spot that's marked off Monday through Sunday. And your habits that week. Did something go wrong? Something I could do to make it better. So you got that for 10 weeks. And then at the back of the book is like your monthly habit tracking. And it's like these little boxes, if you can see these. So you fill them in. So it's like a whole month worth of boxes. And then you fill them in for all the days of that month that you did your habits. So just as I mentioned, the internal whatever in the camera overheated and it shut down. I heard that and I read that about this camera, but I've got to learn its limits so that I know to be mindful of the time. But moving right along, next book, I'll try to make the rest of this go fast. I have Badass Women Give the Best Advice. I started to say great advice, but Badass Women Give the Best Advice. Don't think so. And so basically it's just a book full of quotes from some of the most badass women in the world. So like this right here, Zsa Zsa Gabor. I don't know if anybody watching this video is old enough to know who Zsa Zsa Gabor is. I barely remember her, but she was like this famous star back in the days. And her quote is, "Being jealous of a beautiful woman is not going to make you more beautiful." So that's beautiful. So I got that little book just because I love badass little quotes, you know, like I love quotes. Okay, the next one, The War of Art. And this book has wound up on probably every single, like I said, Atomic Habits wind up on a lot of lists that I find of like top 10 books, top 5 books, like must read books. This book right here by Steven Pressfield, The War of Art, has been on basically every book list I've ever found. So, and it's break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. Holy wow, it's lightning out there. It's fixing to come a storm. Got to move this right along. And then back to my interactive journals that I have fallen massively in love with. I have, this one is called Getting to Good. Yeah, it's coming a storm. A guided journal to bring happiness and positivity into your day. Because can't we just all use a little positivity in our day? Rewrite the bad days into good days. And so it's, again, I don't know if I can show you the inside of this, like what is all just an interactive, trying to see if you can see what's in there, but it's just little activities to do. And I have just, I'm like, seriously, I've become obsessed with these interactive journal. Like right here, write down 10 things you're grateful for today. A few of your favorite things. And I saw there was one, yeah, right here. Like you got to pick 3 people and you put their name here. And then you have them write down what they like about you. That can be a little scary, can't it? To think about letting someone else have that kind of power. But anyway, this is just another little book. It's just like a little guided book. Guided book. I said that 1,000 times already. And I'm just excited about this. I am loving these little self-guided journals. These guided journals, whatever you want to call them. And then this one is called This Is For You. And it's a creative toolkit for better self-care, because, honey, self-care is the area where so many of us women fall short, because we take care of our children, we take care of our homes, we take care of our spouse, we take care of our family, our friends, our coworkers. We don't take care of ourselves enough. So this is a little book about that. And it's basically a guided journal to, you know, like, right here, this page says wind down for better sleep. Create a wind down routine for the evening to do before bedtime. Just different little things. Turn your self-critic into a cheerleader. It's literally, it looks like a little gingerbread man. Again, I haven't had a chance to really fully flip through these yet, so I'm just looking at this too. So the whole book is just interactive too, with little exercises, and it's like things that, like, you know, thought-provoking, sure, and things that, like, just kind of encourage you to go deep, and, like, just, it's really about self-discovery and self, you know, growth, and definitely self-care is a huge part of that, which is the last and final book is another workbook, the Self-Love Workbook, and it's like interactive activities, reflection prompts for your journaling, and helpful advice. And so this whole book is basically a workbook. Obviously, I must miss going to school. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I never grew up and wanted to get out of school. I'm in school, I take all these online courses, and then I buy all these books with all these, like, all these little workbooks and things to go through. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. But I think the thing that I've learned with these guided journals, the big thing is, I'm a tactile learner. Like, you can tell me something that you do, like you can tell me about your morning routine, and you can tell me about all the things that work great in your life, and that's great. I'll listen to you, I'll hear it, it's wonderful. But then I can't apply it. I can watch things, I can watch videos, or I can read like lists off Pinterest, and they're great, and I can save them 1,000 times, but then I don't ever go back and apply it. But because I'm a tactile learner, I found that with these guided journals, I'm like, you know, doing these interactive activities, like, it is working. Like, that's what it is. That is the key with these guided journals, is they are made for tactile learners. So if you're a tactile learner, you definitely got to give one of these a try. So look at this page right here. I don't know if this shows up, but it says, acknowledging my worth. Honey, we all need to fill this page out. So anyway, that is it. It's coming a storm. It's getting like really dark outside. It's lightning like crazy. And I've done shut the camera down twice. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check the link below to see any of these books and get a better look at them. And if you do any of them, any of these guided journals, or you've read the books Atomic Habits, let me know. Let me know. Or The Art of War. No. The War of Art. Oh, why did they name that book so close to the other? Because, you know, the other one is a book too. But anyway, let me know. And I'm going to go brave the storm and have an absolutely amazing night. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.